What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Big Country Customs here, back at it again with a pool update that a lot of you guys probably want to see. If you like this stuff, you want to see more of this pool in the future, smash the subscribe button. If you want to support me, hit that like button, and I'll link my Etsy page down below. Check out my flags, what I make, what I sell, and I got videos on how to make them further back in my video stream. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, I got a few things for this pool that I want to go over. One is the skimmer, one is this Intex cleaner, the bottom cleaner. This thing, when it's running right, I'm gonna go over this first. This thing, when it's running right, does a really good job. The bottom of this was dirty, and it cleaned it up really nice. And yes, I still have my wrinkles. You see them? And some of them are quite big, but let me tell you this, I was gonna drain the pool and fix that if this thing wouldn't run right. But let me tell you, this thing zips over those wrinkles like they're not even there. It got stuck once, and that's not really a big deal. So I would recommend buying this thing. It does, I'll say this, it is very finicky when it comes to how much pressure it's receiving and to whether it's gonna run or not. If I hooked that thing up right now, it probably wouldn't even move. I'd need to backwash my system first and all that. It does up my pressure to about 12 PSI when it's running because it has that restriction on it, but it does run really good. It also doesn't run the best if I have this plugged for my skimmer. But quick backwash, and my dog has the zoomies. You ready? Let's see if he comes. Oh, he didn't come by, but so overall, I mean, it works great. I'm happy with it. Like I said, it cleaned up this like it was nothing. The next thing I want to touch on is this skimmer. Okay, it has been the bane of my existence. I understand the concept, I understand how it works. It goes up and down with your water level, and you set it for that, and it pulls water in spiraling like this because it pulls from the bottom, and it works great. But the skimmer came with I don't know if I have it over here. I don't, but here's a one similar, kinda, not really. I tried messing around. This is one of the plugs that I drilled a hole in. It came with a white plug that has a small hole here, and when I used it on this other side, the skimmer would run great. I mean, it would suck down into the water, have a huge, you could see it stirred up the water a lot more and pulled all this debris out, and which is running fine now without the plug. But when I put the plug on there, somewhere in my system, look, not a drop of air when it's running normal, but if I put the plug on there, it pulls air from somewhere, and I have no idea where. I have tightened these, I put the, God strength on these, on all of them, and it doesn't pull any air into this tube. But since there's not a lot of water flowing, air will literally bubble up right here, and I don't know why. I've tightened this down like crazy. All of these are tight. I was thinking maybe replace the valve to see if there's a leak in the valve letting air through, but it only does it under like really high suction if that block is in there. But it runs fine when the block's not in there. The only problem is, and some people might be wondering this because I was when I was buying both the skimmer and the thingamajig, this has a big reduction on it. It's nowhere near the size of I think that's 2-inch piping. I think this is like 1.5 inch. And what happens is that causes that pressure to back up. And while you're running your thingamabobber, unless you have it plugged, the skimmer don't work. But like I said, when I have it plugged, I get air in my system somehow. And I really, for the life of me, cannot figure that out. So if anybody has any tips, or if anybody has come across this problem, please let me know. Everything is super tight. I even tried, I thought air was coming through here. I threw caulking on it, or some seal stuff, which it was against the pipe, but I broke it loose because I even put this pipe over here and this, you know, I swapped them, and I still got air in the same side. So I don't know where the air is coming from. I really don't. My pipe clamps are as tight as they possibly can be. One thing I did do was I ordered this shorter pipe off Amazon. I'll probably link it in the description. And I kept the longer pipe that was like kind of piled up right here, and I'm going to use it for backwashing to get all the water away, and you know, backwash over here. Few worries about this pool that I've run into. So look at these legs. You see that? It's made me want to drain it so bad, but I think it'll last the summer with that weight pushing on them a little bit. It's not as bad in person as it probably looks on camera. I think this one is the worst one. So please, when you're putting these pools up, oh, hey dog. When you're putting these pools up, make sure you monitor the legs the whole time to make sure they're super straight. I haven't had any sinking really. This has been like that for weeks, ever since I put water in it. Everything's still pretty level, even without concrete. Somebody had mentioned to put concrete down there, but everything, I mean, that's not even sunk in at all. That excavator really packed down my dirt, so everything's holding up good there. I thought about maybe building some kind of jig, you know, putting rope on it and a piece of wood that sticks up, and then use that piece of wood to jack it up and pull it out, but I don't want to bend or break any of this stuff. So I mean, that's where I'm sitting right now with this pool. I really appreciate all the love on the first video, and I hope this video's useful. I'll say again, I recommend the skimmer and that thing, but you can't run them at the same time. Well, at least I can't, because you also run into, if you do plug it, and if I wasn't having an air leak and I plugged it, this thing wouldn't have enough pressure really to move around too good. So because you'll be in the green here, and I know green is good, but it just doesn't have enough outlet pressure when you plug it, because it can't pull the right amount of water. What I really wish Intex would do is sell a stopper for one side if you're going to run a skimmer, and on future pools make this a 2-inch and sell a skimmer, a 2-inch pipe skimmer. That way you can have a straight flow all the way through. That would alleviate all of the problems on flow restriction. So still got to put some rock around here. I will update you guys once I get this thing all prettied up. It'll probably be a little bit, because rock is daggum expensive. But got some grass growing back in, but I'll probably spray it with some Roundup, because I really don't want anything to grow. And if you have sprinklers, be careful, because I hit this one with a tiller, and oddly enough, the one on this other side was pushed like this from the excavator, and I had no idea they were here. I also have mole crickets. You'll know you have mole crickets if you have little dirt piles like this. Really make me mad. I'm getting it sprayed, get my yard sprayed next week. So, but pump works great. Saltwater chlorinator works great. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yeah, you can. See the fog coming off. I guess that's the chlorine. So if I turned it off, it would just be regular water going through there. But it starts, so you can't see any mist or clouding over here. As it goes through, it gets cloudy and shoots out. So, what you doing, Ruger? Huh? For anybody wondering, Ruger, come here. Roo. Oh, hey, come here. Come here. When he has his ball, he don't listen. This is Ruger. He's a Great Dane. Come here. Oh, hey. For anybody wondering. Big old goofy dogs, I'll tell you what. But they're very, very lovable. And they won't leave you alone when you're in the house. And considering how big he is, that can either be a good or a bad thing. But you don't have to hurt your back to bend over to pet him if anybody has bad back. It's a beaut. Like I said, the vacuum and the skimmer are both great purchases that I wish Intex would allow them to be more compatible with each other to run at the same time. And if anybody has a solution to my air problem, I beg of you, tell me what's wrong. Don't tell me to tighten something because it's all tight. Okay, there might be, I'm gonna replace the seal on the plastic thing in case for some reason it's messed up. But I mean, besides that, I have no clue where the air could be coming from. There's no water leaks, nothing. So I would figure if the pump was off and there was a, you know, an area where air can go out, that the, you know, water would come out of it. But I guess I'm wrong, and I don't know. I'm just speechless. I really don't know. But let me hook this vacuum up and get the pump set up for it real quick and show you how quick it goes over the wrinkles. All right, so I just plugged it up and you can see the PSI here. That's when the vacuum's on there. And she's running right now. She scoots, boy. She really scoots. She goes way faster than I thought she was going to. But as you can see, now my skimmer ain't working. You see that? Here's the vacuum running right here. Bunch of wrinkles, you ready? Right over them. It don't care. It don't care. It don't care about them wrinkles. So if you have wrinkles, don't sweat it. If you're gonna get one of these, it'll work. It'll work, and it'll work very well. I'm gonna plug this up for you guys to show you, I think. Let me see. I don't have this screwed in. I just have this loose without a screw. Hanging up over here. I'll do the full plug first so you can watch the skimmer start working when I full plug it. There goes that. But then the vacuum really seems to slow down a lot. And when I full plug it, it does okay. The pressure actually drops back down into the green. But I did realize, you know, the vacuum, the performance of it really does slow down. It would be nice if I, you know, could figure out my air problem, because I'd probably run it like this all the time. But I don't know, what happens is it's got a little gear in there and it's got two jets, one on each side. It just goes back and forth in a random, there's no steering, nothing. It just rides around. But it's really slowed down tremendously. But my skimmer works with the plug. But now look, air bubble. Can you believe that? And this will fill up and eventually I'll have a bunch of air right here. It's ridiculous. So I put this on there to try to make a little bit more flow so that the air wouldn't, you know, congregate up here, but then all the air ends up in here. So I ain't got a clue. And skimmer off because they took out the plug. I'm gonna take the vacuum back out or unhook it again because the bottom pole's clean. It don't need it. It's really, really simple. You turn the pump off. You come over here and unscrew it. I don't even put the jet thing back on it. I just leave it like this. And then this little skimmer makes light work. No, I don't take it out of the pool. I'm holding that like that. And then you flip your pump back on. So, that works awesome. All right, again, if you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button, smash it, hit it. I got some pretty cool builds coming up. I think I talked about a, Ruger, drop it. Where is it at? Oh no, Ruger, where's it at? I know you got it. Oh, here it is. He did touch it there. I was wondering why I had so much air. A little cap fell off. I thought Ruger done took it and ate it. I would have been a little upset. But hey, again, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to. Just maybe I got some cool builds coming up in the shop. I've been saying it for a while now, but I'm gonna make a giant dip can. I've had a couple other projects come up. I think I'm gonna do a cut board video. Should have it from start to finish up probably Friday, Saturday, something like that. So got some cool projects coming. You can see how I do things in my shop, and I'm gonna link my Etsy page below if anybody wants to support me and grab a flag. You don't have to, but Doesn't hurt to look. But big country out.